o'clock.
It's his turn and he gets to tell us.
Are you done speaking? Okay. Good afternoon.
You can take your bib off now.
Well, I need to talk about my role. Oh, sorry, so I left it on. You see, I am a messy guy.
Don't I know it?
And he would know it. I used to work for him. I almost worked for him. I mean, he worked for him. Yeah,
Oh my
see, there are a
God.
lot of people. I kind of worked with him.
He worked for me and he worked for me.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
sometimes works for me.
Yeah, exactly. So the whole point is they would know I'm a messy guy. That's not messianic. Don't get, and only Kevin would get that joke. I'm not messy. I'm messianic. Okay.
Thank you.
That's a very long way between those two. So the whole point is I went out and bought these things, by the dozen. There are actually a couple of restaurants here in town, 2 or 3 restaurants, where these are now sitting, and I just request one of these because I gave them to them, and they bring it out and give it to me. And so I have a clean shirt. You see, that's the whole idea here, so that I can keep on going without changing my shirt. So,
We're impressed.
and the whole point is, you see, what I'm going to talk about today is technology. You're all technological people. In fact, you're highly technological, so therefore, if I talk about this is a subject which is near and dear to your hearts and is something you know a lot about and have spent a lifetime with. So, of course, you should be pretty good on this particular subject. And that being the case, now, I am assuming here everybody has one of these sheets here. Okay. If you don't have a sheet, tell me, and I'll hand you
I have
one.
a menu.
And because I have like 3 or 4 left. It's going to be worth your trouble to write down your name.
I don't have a pen.
This is worth it. And what you're going to win, well, there are a number of things you could win, but the one thing that you really want to win is in this box here. Let me move the cutlery here. And, if you read, Mr. Marks, what's it say on the side of the box?
It doesn't say anything on the
Nothing.
side.
Oh, it doesn't say anything on the side. What does it say on this
Made in
side?
China.
TV on wheels.
TV on wheels. It says title name. Only Chinese would say title name, or something. And here I haven't even opened this box before, so.
It's a surprise for everyone.
Oh my God.
Well, not for everyone. But here is a really nice book. You ever seen this book before? It's about the history of Obi fans. That's what they call them in Europe.
Outside broadcast.
Outside broadcast, exactly. Or something like that. Which is
They're
really
way before you, the BBC had Opie wagons in the 1920s.
Yes, exactly. 30s and 40s, mostly in the 30s. He had this great idea of doing remote broadcasts from exotic places, which they did, and returned by shortwave, as he just said. And then he said one day he had this great idea that he wanted to do a broadcast from the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Well, even today that would be an interesting thing to do.
Exactly.
But they figured out how to do it, and they actually had a small transmitter in a boat, and he was being rowed around on the river down at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. And the interesting thing about this story is the person who rowed the boat for 10 points. Who rowed the boat? Who rowed Robert Ripley around the river for the remote broadcast? And if you can tell me that person's name, you will win this. You see, there's some toss-up questions. This is the first off. Anybody here? No, this person. Well, this person's dead now. But that's a very good question, very good answer, but wrong.
Johnny Weissmuller.
Not Johnny Weissmuller, no, not him either.
Gene Hart.
No. Anybody else want to take a stab?
Barry Goldwater.
He has won a book. It was Barry Goldwater running that boat as a teenager. How did you know this?
I guessed it.
Well, you read my mind. Give him a break. children use and you use and you have had lifetime using it. But what do you know about these three? And on that questionnaire, it says 1, 2, and 3. And there should be 2 pots of pens. And right, 1, 2, and 3, the order in which these were invented, starting with the oldest. The oldest is number 1, the next oldest is number 2, the most recent would be number 3. And write those 3 down. Okay, now, have you handed your paper to someone?
There you go.
Hand it to someone other than you.
There we go.
Okay, now, pick up your, that paper you were just handed and hand it to someone else, but not back to the person you got it from. Okay. This is called honesty. Now, it's so far away. What's that? Well, that's why I'm trying, okay?
What's this one? I'll swap
I
over?
got the swap, I'll swap it.
I'll swap it over. Okay.
Yeah, you have to.
Now, who
That's
thinks
fine.
they
Go
got the
backwards.
order right of the first 3? The hand?
Here.
Okay. What did you put down for the oldest?
Knife,
And what did you put down for the second?
spoon,
And the third?
fork.
He is absolutely and completely correct. Okay?
You were there, you know it.
I was there, I was a little kid at the time, for all of you. So what you might do is take your pen, and if the paper that's in front of you, which of course is not yours, just check off all 3 if they're correct.
Yep.
And if not, just put a big X through them,
There you go.
because they're not correct. People who are in broadcasting all have been infected with a collecting gene. And this is very interesting. You know, I didn't know going into it that I would find this so, but it's very clear that, and this is a disease, believe me. It's a disease I contracted from my parents, both of whom were collectors. And my main thing that I collect currently is baseball cards, which I have 20,000 of them or something like that. And only certain years, I only go to 1962, 51 to 62.
Roger Maris, Mickey Mantle?
Yeah, well, yeah, not the most valuable Mickey Mantle, which is a 52 rookie card, the most valuable card post-war. I almost bought one for $5,000 last year, and my wife said go for it, and I didn't. And I could have. It wasn't in great condition, but I could have owned it. So, and it'll come around again. So the whole point is a collector, and I also collect coins. I mean, I collect all sorts of stuff. So in the process of collecting, I just collect, and I have 3 objects here from my collection, if you will. And I'm going to pass these around. You take a look at them. Each of these has something different, odd, unusual, and you could see why I would collect them. And when it gets to the end, pass them around so they keep on going around. This is interesting. The one thing I'm going to ask about this one when it comes around, have a good look at it, and tell me, first of all, what it is.
It looks like a piece of ginger from here.
Yeah, well, tell me what it is, where it came from, and, you know, that kind of stuff. We'll get down to the details. Then we have words for 1 and 2, and when you get to 3, they use the word many. And there are quite a few cultures like this. Certainly primitive cultures, but nevertheless, you know, after you pass 2, there's no reason to go past 2, and therefore you have more than 2, you know. So, but I look at this and I say, you know, how does a 1 turn into a 2? Well, this answers that, doesn't it? But of course, it doesn't answer that. But a 1 can turn into a 2. And I'll tell you, the joke here is that if I sawed this in half, would I have the symbol for 1 1/2? Clearly not. I bought this at a gas station. They had other things like this there, and I'm sorry now that I didn't buy one of every single thing they had. Okay, he has just won a book. This is a football.
Or a left football, because it's all lefty.
Oh, meanwhile, 1 through 10. 1 through 10. While they're looking at these things, let me talk about 1 through 10. 1 through 10 is what I need from you. You're going to give me something. And what you're going to give me. Normally I would say, tell me what's going to happen in the next 50 years, something like that.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that.
Pessimism.
Yeah, but think about, no, I'm not so sure about that.
I'm looking around the room here.
Yeah, and I'm also thinking about medical advances, you know, I mean, they do say that there's a child alive today who will live to be 150. They just don't know which one it is.
That's the child today.
Yeah, a child today,
Child.
yeah.
Today.
But that doesn't mean you can't live to 150.
Yeah, will that
I'll be
100-year-old,
optimistic.
will that,
Sure.
will that individual be able to jog until he's like 100?
So the whole point is, you know,
I don't know.
if I asked you that, you could write down stuff that you think is gonna happen, but no, I wanna know the reverse. I wanna know, and I've given you 10 spaces, but you don't have to use all 10, or you could write more on the back if you want to treat that.
Yeah,
Things that you think will disappear
Okay.
in the next 50 years. I will have been retired from Belden for 1 year. And this has been a soul-searching year, let me tell you. And I've been talking to my wife about it. And, you know, having a great job that I love, as you can tell, that I've gone through a form of grieving, I would have to say, for want of a better word, that, you know, suddenly I am in a different place. Not that I don't have anything to do, I have lots and lots to keep me busy, that's not the problem. The problem, of course, is when you have something that you love and then the thing that you love is gone. You understand that completely. And a lot of you have been through this. So I'm fully aware that you're fully aware. And I thank you all for coming.
Are you retiring? Is that for real?
I'm already retired, but now, I was saying I'm retired in quotes, and I've begun to take the quotes off of the word.
But you'll still come by as an attendee.
Oh, I'll still attend, and if I have something that I think merits a presentation, I might still do a presentation, it just won't be scheduled like every Thanksgiving, like it is now.
If he comes back, there'll be a retread.
Go.
Thank you all.
Thank you.